What's up, guys? All right, cool. We're going to kick it off with AU today. I actually really like the charts and where we're at. We're sitting in a pretty bloody good spot, to be honest. So AU has come up and induced this area here, taking good liquidity now. We are sitting inside of this whole leg just here, but we've got a 2 hour unmitigated point that we can still come up into. So really all I'm looking for coming into today is I actually just want to keep following with the bullish momentum that we've got, to be honest. Bullish structure is quite nice at the minute. Got a previous break here. We have swept this liquidity, but we're starting to generate new liquidity. So I'm happy to look for buyers still. Got this internal point here that I'm actually happy to buy off of, even though it's Asia low. So what I'm looking at with it is you come down, retested the break, done a 15-minute two leg, respected the high, now coming back down, generating more liquidity. I'm happy to treat this as a medium inducement being internal retest. We will also be more than likely get the mitigation of this area, which is the supply to demand decisional point. So I'm more than happy to buy just straight off this into this mitigation. If we do push through here, which I'm definitely not opposed to and wouldn't actually mind because it will give us a medium inducement, is buying off of that low as well. So we've got good medium inducement here, a fairly good medium inducement here, good mitigation. I'm not really keen on sells at all. Yeah, don't really have anywhere to sell from. I'm not too keen on that. If we come all the way down, we've probably got something down here as well. Probably 2 hour point. Yeah, we got a nice 2 hour point down there as well. I will just mark that out. That's also quite nice to buy from. Something down there. Cool. Yeah, also quite a nice point to buy from. If we do get down there, it's probably not too big. Nah, it's tiny, only 6.5 pips. So yeah, I like where AU is today. We're sitting in a good spot. We'll see what it wants to do. GU, I also really like GU. GU and EU have good divergence as well. G's at the top of a new bullish external hourly leg. So we're sitting nice there, taking really good liquidity, sitting right up the top here, got heaps of room to retrace. We've broken to the downside a couple of times now, inducing high and breaking low. So what I'm looking for here is working inside of this internal leg inducement, mitigation, liquidity build up, just following with that structure cycle, Asia low, looking to be able to have price, bring in some buyers from here. If we can come up and induce that 50% of Asia point, that'll be absolutely unreal. That would be great. I'm happy to sell from there. Yeah, we haven't induced anything at all just yet. I am going to keep an eye on what happens when it comes and induces that point, just because it is a little bit of internal retest of a point that did take a little bit of liquidity. That's obviously that 50% of Asia point. I'd rather it come up there, but I will keep an eye on what it does when it takes this high and potentially work with that as like my first confirmation and start to work with something inside of this leg and go from there. So looking good for sells. The other side of this is obviously we've broken this high here, we've broken this high here. That low did obviously sweep that as well. This is a valid low in itself, did break a high, and it is the low outside of Asia. I'm happy to look for buyers off the sweep of this, anticipating this area here, given that it did break structure, to give at least some sort of a reaction to come up, push up, maybe come and sweep, something like this if it doesn't get swept already, and then potentially sell off. So if I do buy from here, it will be a short-term buy. I'm also looking for a buy into a sell position. Coming down and taking that, I'm also open to buying from there as well. Same thing, it's broken highs. It's had 15-minute two leg. It's caused a reasonable impact on the market. It does go against that structure cycle, but I'm happy to look at that. So we'll yeah, we'll keep that as an option in our back pocket as well. EU, so this is where the divergence comes in. Let me actually leave GU on that tab. I'll switch this around. We got no news today as well. Oh, fucking, if I can click the right one. No news today as well. So, it's good and bad. We've got a bit of orange folder. But yeah. So divergence, obviously, we've had EU breaking structure and GU respecting. So we're sitting in a good spot from that side of things. It's the divergence is really, really clean. So I do also like that aspect of it. But I really like EU and what EU is doing. Similar sort of thing. New hourly external leg. Obviously bullish right at the top of it, broken low, generating internal retest. I'm happy to sell off of the sweep of that, and off the mitigation of that area. So either one of the two. If I get the sweep with no mitigation, that's fine. I would prefer to get that mitigation though, give something up inside of here, and then selling down, targeting that liquidity and the further retracement inside this leg. Um, that's more or less a decisional area. So I'm happy to sell into that. Even yeah, even further down. I think we'll sell off further just given the liquidity that's been swept and we're, even if we come up here and do this into that, that shouldn't hold. I wouldn't expect it to. Um, so you'd maybe hold to mitigation of that area, just the inducement of that point. Probably just the inducement of that point, depending on what it looks like from a risk to reward perspective. But yeah. They all look really good. So if we can just get these little bits of a push up, if we just sell off, it's going to be fucking shit house. That'd be really annoying. I'm happy to buy, like I said, but I'd rather sell it. I really hope it doesn't just fucking melt. That'd be really disappointing if it does. Um, yeah, I like the charts for today. I do really like them. So I hope we can set up nicely and have structure be friendly. This whole area here has already been confirmed as a smart money chart with that break and that. So it doesn't necessarily need to push back up. I'm just hoping that the last 5 minute point will give us some movement, given that we swept Asia low into it. So yeah, see what that wants to do. But we are in a really good spot. Yeah, excited for today. I'll speak to you soon.